I'm capable too!
I admit, it feels good.
Ha! I have never known such heights!
Even I had more to learn.
I am most certainly stronger than I was.
Lord Luis, do not interfere!
Oh,
You falter even now. Not enough, I'm afraid. Lord Luis! A fine blow. You've surprised me. But why? Why are you so intent on killing me?
You of all people should know the answer.
I see now. You were the intruders looking for the formula, I take it. And yet, you have achieved nothing.
What do you mean?
Did we?
Lord Luis?
At long last, 'tis done. We have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Luis Guillaume, is dead.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance... yes!
This looks dire. He's fought.
if Forden spies Luis's body run through with a lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance.
No. Too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we...
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours.
Please, wait. Do we reveal that we are the... Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived... She's right. The audience has no idea...
It's okay. We set out to kill Luis, and the deed is... For now, we need to...
You want to win their sympathy?
I don't know, but we have to get on stage, now. If we...
Wait!
I know that face. Was that Luis? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
Allow me.
Lord Louis, he's dead. He's gone.
Your Eminence, this was found off stage.
The lance.
His eyes are sightless.
You're absolutely...
I checked him thrice over. They can...
Luis? Dead?
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's...
What? You claim this lance?
Yes.
God, Buff!
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to His late Highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes, traitor and kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I had not realized you were such an actor. Or do you...
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Now, everyone! That explains why the songstress was so often with...
I understand. It all makes sense. You have done well to execute the rebel. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine.
Thank you.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his... But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is...
Oh, no.
Now, Miss Lance. The Sanctus...
Yes.
Indeed.
Think you can just walk away, do ya? Right. So you lot were working against us from the start, and...
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain. Captain, do you not agree?
All right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the...
No, we have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne. To break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The Prince? He's dead, mate. He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he...
And the only way left to undo that curse... Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service. Trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand.
You did this for the Prince. His father, the king, was a coward, puppet to Forden. It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside. And for his son, for his bloody, useless corpse of a son, what made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another. I myself have never met His Highness. Nor do I know what sort of...
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too. Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These...
No, their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna... I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sodden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Maybe it is time to step back. Get away from this bloody... Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but I suppose it was the kind that don't feel right after you wake. So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? We'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life. Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it! Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that? You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse! What's going on? The cursed thorns haven't disappeared!
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone.
His Highness still suffers under the curse.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something.
No. There's no way that wasn't Luis.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that...
But that would mean... we killed an...
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing.
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession.
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
But if it wasn't Luis...
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit.
What?
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Maybe he heard...
If so, then Forden could be one of the
I say, you don't think Forden is the mastermind behind this whole blasted to-do? You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire dashed Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the same... Sister, I should explain.
Is it safe for you to come to such a public...
What? No, it's fine.
That's not what I meant. You're the song's...
Yes.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the king's protective magic. And that lance you presented...
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan. But at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. about Sanctifex Forden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. We hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Sanctifex Forden? On Saint's Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some official ordered the assassination. Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. Sorry. I don't mean to dance around it, so it's just not an easy thing to ask about. I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Forden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Forden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Forden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctist Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister!
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe. It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.
About that. Let's rest.
What now?
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now, let's get this year's Saints' Day Festival of Montario underway. We will begin with a few words from His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden.
Looks like Dracodios hasn't left his side.
Today is a day of great celebration. A day Luis is dead. The royal family's murderer has been put to justice. Now much of the kingdom's trust, I would not see further bloodshed in endless, futile conflict. Is it not past time?
He's talking as if the race is already over. What about deciding the winner?
all but a formality now, isn't it? His Eminence has the overwhelming majority on his side. Better to establish peace now and crown Sanctifex Forden.
No. He would end the tournament here and now.
So he's just going to call the race while he's ahead? How convenient.
But the throne's decided by the king, not this tournament.
Forden only had to abide by that when he had Luis to compete with. If he ends this while he's this far ahead, we won't be able to reverse it.
Oi! The game's not over yet, you cocky bastard!
We only seek to submit to the will of the people. Though you would be wise to quit the race with all speed.
Forden for the throne! Then we will finally have peace!
Hail His Majesty Forden! Long live His Majesty Forden!
Damn him. The people already believe him the victor. Tournament won or no, his dominance will soon be unshakable.
Let's go. We reclaim the lands, now!
Now? Are you out of your mind?
If he's going to keep it close to hand, we'll never have a chance to swap it out. We'll have to take it by force.
We have no choice.
If there really is...
So you were after this lance all along? Loyalists indeed. How many more candidates?
His magler is horrific, distorted. It's sickening.
What did you? How dare you, you pagan wretch! You would steal this holy lance for your own vile ends.
Assassins. Then we're in good company. That night, you were the one behind the attack on His Royal Highness. You framed Luis for your crime and banished him from the palace. Do you deny?
Precisely the sort of baseless claims.
Baseless, is it? In that case.
The royal family is gone. Luis is dead. Only I remain. And only I am fit for the throne.
You vile traitor!